Alrighty, and welcome back to possibly the final Novatazz with friends, but not if I can help it. I am Novatazz. This is Novatazz with friends. We will have a few guests joining us shortly, and get you guys up here in the chat. Do you want to join in? You gotta come over here. I do have the baby girl guest over here. Camera's over here.
I see that.
Oh, okay. She's busy staring at the live feed as well. So, as I've said in the last couple videos, Google Hangouts is ending August 1st, which will be after my, let's see, that would be Thursday. So 3 days before my next stream, we will be losing Google Hangouts. I am in the process of trying to put together a stronger computer to be able to run Streamlabs, as this computer cannot handle it. I am trying to resurrect a old PC that I have that isn't as old as this one, and hopefully it will be able to handle enough to be able to get me by until I get my actual editing rig built. But until then, there will at least be me up here. I will at least be doing just a regular, just myself live stream. And we will be, we'll still be here. Whether or not I have a bunch of us friends up here on the screen or not is going to be a different story. But business as usual this week. Sorry for the catchy title, but definitely wanted to grab some attention with this one, as it may possibly be my last group live stream for a little while. Not sure when everybody's going to be getting here. I know that we'll at least have somebody here. We'll at least have somebody up on the screen in within a couple minutes. That's nice, Debbie. What you cooking? And welcome in here, Card Mods, for the potentially last Google Hangouts live stream. We can at least say that this is definitely the last Google Hangouts live stream. Definitely will be doing a different venture next week. Be doing some testing this week. What is it, Debbie? Tell me you're not cooking sausages or something on the grill. Or maybe some Guinness chicken, maybe. What are you guys all up to this week? Cornish hen, huh? Oh, well, yeah, that's definitely a meal for one. I mean, I could probably eat 2 of those hens. You know, bad belly and all. Yeah, I know they're only like this big. They're really tiny. Honey, have you ever seen a Cornish hen? They're literally, it's a chicken that's like this big. They're so tiny. Jess is in the other room. She popped in here right away. If you saw the very beginning of the stream, yeah, they are really good for one person. Unless you're a dad that has a dad belly, and then you need like 2 or 3 of them. Drifting, are you putting Carmas? Do you put video up of you drifting or not, or do you just do it for fun on the side? If you guys know Chris, the trucker, he'll be in shortly. Waiting on him. In fact, I'm waiting for his message so I can send him the invite. His wife is bringing him his headset. That way we don't hear. That way he can hear us. Otherwise, you know, it's all the truck noise. Okay, you're editing your video. I actually have a video in the editor right now. It is the first video on doing the fluid pump in the truck for the transmission, and that one's in the editor right now. Tomorrow I am working on my mom's transmission in her Explorer. She has an automatic transmission that she needs to have put in, and I'm not looking forward to that at all because there are no access covers for the Ford transmission, and for me to get the torque converter bolts, I literally have to go through the hole for the starter, and definitely not looking forward to that. Then Tuesday, I should be working on finishing up my truck, which will be, I think, the third or fourth video in the series. It depends on how I edit the videos. Welcome in, Steve. Glad you could join us. Steve is in a good YouTube channel. He also has a 2500 Ram, a little bit older than mine, but he's doing a nice lift kit on it with some big, I think 30. They 38, Steve, or are they bigger? But yeah, he has a nice build going on. Steve, this might be my last live stream with, well, this is my last live stream with Google Hangouts. I'm going to have to come up with something new. 37s. I'm going to have to come up with something new for the group live streams. I am working on something. In fact, I was just playing around with another PC I have to see if I can get it all updated and up to snuff. I really haven't used that PC in like 2 to 3 years. Was just more of a entertainment PC, not necessarily made for anything heavy duty. But we'll see if we can make it to work. It might be able to handle this stuff better than this one can because this is so old. Is it too early to ask what your beverage of choice is tonight? And the guy who won my shirt from the stream 2 weeks ago, he did get his shirt, and I think it came out really, really, really sweet. I'm not gonna screen share it, even though I probably could, just because it's a pain in the butt. But in fact, actually, if you guys check out my Instagram, I did post it. About 3 posts ago, I did post it. So if you folks find this post up online, you can see what the you can see what that shirt looked like. He did help me design that shirt, and we got it out to him. He is very happy with it. In fact, I think I might make those ones available. I did seem to be getting a decent request for them. They are a little different than the ones that I normally put up. In fact, I don't have any up right now with the big flag and Trans Am on the front. But this one also has my label deleted off the bottom, so it's just the car and the flag on the front with my name and my social media stuff on the back. I don't think employers like when you go in reeking of booze unless you're your own boss. I do believe Steve would know that one because I do believe he is his own boss. No, yeah, Steve, I don't think you can lose your job if you're your own boss, right? Though I don't know how much his customers would like if he walked in, went in to go work on their truck on the side of the road and stank of booze. I don't know. I mean, the wind turbine. I don't know if I don't know if I want someone working on a wind turbine if they were a little off kilter in the morning. Let me know if you guys like the picture being closer, or if you liked it when it was further back up against the window. I actually have it propped up against a tripod, so it I don't know. I think it fills in the background a little bit more, hides my ugly actually not ugly curtains, but definitely hides the curtains a little bit. Don't sweat as much in an office. Well, you could sweat out the alcohol then. What's up? Okay, go ahead. Be safe. Watch out for the deers. He used to go in like that and oil field like. Well, I don't think it really matters in the oil field. Debbie, my bird is not that pretty at the moment. Have you not seen my bird lately? Actually, right now she's hiding underneath of a tarp. My bird kind of doesn't have, well, that side doesn't matter. But in fact, actually, the passenger side mirror on my bird is gone at the moment because of freaking Reading. That was my car before it ended up in Reading for like 2 years. Debbie, you're gonna have to find me on Instagram or something, or Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat. Those are the 3 main places you can find me. Either my Novatazz Customs Facebook, or if you happen to know my name, you might be able to find me there too. Just not giving out my name just willy-nilly though.
JK, it's
Funny. You want to say hi to the stream real quick while there's actually people in here? There's Steve is in here, and Debbie, and I saw Grimm's Autos in here, and who else do we have in here? We have, did I scroll? No. Who else was in here? We have Car Mod's Garage in here as well.
hi people I don't know.
Oh, we have Impact Garage and Gaming.
Wait, no, I do know Hammerdown.
You do know
Hi.
Hammerdown. You've met him in person. You kind of block him off, so.
I'm prettier.
Yeah, you are, but you know, hey, look, it looks like you're wearing a Jurassic Park shirt with a really weird head.
I'm gonna go get Gatorade now.
All right, bye bye. Be safe. I did say car mods, didn't I? Go shoot some guns, he says.
If I have the permit to do so, I would.
She needs to re-up her permit. And we got Chris from One Low Blazers in here, peeps. If you, he says hi, peeps. He's mainly on Instagram. He does have a couple YouTube videos up, but definitely go check out his Instagram. He's got a really wicked S10 Blazer with custom paint on it. Oh, what did Debbie say? Oh, he just said hi. Okay. So if you guys could give this live stream a like, that would be a really great help. We had up to a whopping, we got up to a whopping 6 likes last week. Let's see if we can top 6 likes. Of course, Chris.
5.
We're only allowed 5 likes this week.
Yes.
All right, 5 likes this week. We're only allowed 5 likes.
My key.
I don't know what you did with your keys. Be careful. She's going out on the roads, everybody. No dislikes right now. I definitely need all of the positive. I need all of the positive vibes you can head my way right now, because going through some crap, and definitely could use some.
Whoa.
You know, I'm drinking my Guinness in an Olympia cup. I have like a crap ton of these, and I've never had an Olympia beer. What? Still can't find your keys. Check your purse.
I was just checking.
Did you check your car? Where'd you have them last? When we came back from the gym? So check the bedroom.
Okay.
Or the bathroom. Alrighty. Yeah, you don't need a burnt hen. Oh, I have no idea what I just did. Anybody excited to see what I come up with for next week's live stream? I want to shoot my truck with a potato gun. Which truck is that? Your old Ram, your somewhat older Ram, or your new Ram? Or definitely the Ford. You can hit the Ford. Worked 13 hours today. I'm pooped. Yeah, I only worked I worked 8, but I worked from 5:30 to, well, I got up at 5:30 and didn't get off work till 3:30. Well, yes, the Ford you can hit with a potato gun.
This one right there.
Yeah, because you don't freaking put things back away. You just put them wherever.
Shut up.
What Matchbox is over there? Of course, I'm over here concerned about the Matchbox card. She's trying to find her keys.
Oh.
What is it? I lost it.
You're gonna run it over. That's what you're gonna do.
That's a Mustang. It's a 71 Mustang. Definitely a well-loved toy. Oh. Just got up at 5:30, just getting home now. Oh yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I went to bed at like 1 and kind of stared at the ceiling all night until it was time to get up to go to work. That's like been 2 days in a row now. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. Given this, I'll probably be on to like 11, 12. She's going to throw a fit probably because she can't find her keys still. Where are we at now? Start backtracking. It's not in there because otherwise I would have taken them to work.
That doesn't mean you didn't take them to work.
Yeah, check your, what were you wearing last night? Check the couch. I'm going to end up losing you guys because I'm sitting here doing that stuff. What's new with the Dodge? Have you done any work with the Dodge there, Steve? And did you ever get your Blazer back up and running there, Chris? Still no word from the trucker Chris yet. Yep, no word from trucker Chris yet.
That's it. I'm not allowed to go to the gym anymore. I can't go to work tomorrow.
Well, that sucks.
Never mind, I found them.
She found them.
Damn it.
All right. Well, enjoy your little hen. Oh. What's your side dishes there, Debbie? I know this isn't as fast-paced as my normal videos, but I don't have anybody else to. I gotta wait for you guys to reply back. Take a picture of somebody you know's car or toolbox and make a Craigslist ad so their phone keeps going off and make it. Oh my God, that's horrible. Ew. No asparagus. Not a fan of asparagus. Just the other day, I put up an ACL, fat plug wires, 1-inch carb spacer, cotton filter, and it went from, had it running again, went to the show yesterday, and it didn't want to start. Banged on the fuel tank, and it started. Yeah, it sounds like a fuel pump to me. It's not that bad of a gain for $200. You know, you're right. What year is your TA Impact? I forget. It's like a earlier second gen, I do believe, right? Like a 76 or 74, somewhere around there. If I remember correctly. My memory's horrible, so. I think she forgot her phone. No, maybe not. Oh, I thought that was her phone sitting over there. Oh. Have any of you guys had a chance to check out my Teespring and decided what shirts you like and what shirts you don't? Would like some feedback on that as well while we're sitting here chilling. Early 3rd gen. Oh, it's a 3rd gen. What did I think it was a 2nd gen? Ram is ready for the bumper to get a final fitment with the winch, and then fit the lights and bull bar, and then more body prep. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. There was a little bit of a teaser on Instagram. I don't know if you saw that, Steve. In fact, it didn't get a whole lot of views, so I don't know if you did or not. But the truck was running. I get to finish putting transmission fluid in it on Tuesday, and finally get to test out the transmission. So we'll see if it actually works or not, or if I'm going to have a video of blowing the truck sky high. That's not bad, man. I paid $200. I paid $2,500 for this car. It didn't look nearly this nice when I got it. And in fact, it doesn't look that nice now. But yeah, I don't think the deals are going to get any better there on them second gens. The prices are going up. We taking bets on whether or not I go blow up the truck or if I'm gonna have a good working trans. I don't know if I even want to enter that bet, man. Impact, it didn't look like that when I got it. I don't. You got to go back. There's a whole playlist on this car on my channel from the very first time that, from the day that I bought it and got it running and drove it home all the way up till now. That car literally was sitting underneath of a tree. It wasn't running. I had to get it running. And the funny thing is that I did drive it like, what, 20 miles home that day. So, oh my God, there's a giant duck on Steve's truck. That's funny. I just popped up Instagram and sent it. Steve's Instagram was the first one up, and he's got a giant duck sitting on top of his F-350. Definitely right. It's a duck in the water. I understand that. I started from the bottom a few times. Had a great car for money. You work, you make it worth at least double, if not triple. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth triple or double right now. I mean, right now it needs the interior put back in it. In fact, actually, it didn't have the interior in it when I got it. I need to get the engine running correctly. It does run. I believe it needs spark plug wires and spark plugs. I definitely need to get the suspension worked on. I need to do a few other things. The front end is all a mess because of whoever put it back together before I bought it. And then the fact that it's been apart now for like 6 years. So I've moved 3-4 times since I first took the front end apart. So I'm probably going to end up having to call second gen graveyard and get some parts that may or may not have got lost in the moves. But she runs and she does drive, and she definitely still can do a freaking burnout. So be fun to play with that a little bit. Right now, like I said, I put it aside so I can get the truck up and running because I'm going to need that for the winter. Last year sucked trying to drive the Kia Soul up and down in the mountains where I live. Oh, that was definitely not fun. There was plenty of times I stayed home from work just because of the fact that I didn't feel comfortable taking my kid over that mountain. Still no word from my buddy, so we're hanging in there. Anybody got any topics we want to discuss? I mean, as a last resort, we can talk about the over-talked about C8 Corvette, but I'm kind of tired of watching videos on that, unless you guys like to discuss that here. I didn't even bother going on the, like everybody was going on the website to design their own Corvette. I didn't even bother. I mean, it looks better than I thought it was going to, but nowhere in the anytime future am I going to have 60 grand for a base one, let alone probably what I'd end up speccing it out to. Anyone close to Pensacola, Florida, who can help me get my bird running again? I don't know if I know anybody in Florida. 305 TA will do a nice long one-wheel wonder without it using the brake. You know, you take a MIG welder to that back rear, and it'll do a two-legger. Any ideas for your next video? Yeah, you can come up here and you can help me. That'd be a freaking awesome deal there, Steve. I say, how much damage can it take to freaking kill your Ford? Or the other thing you could do is get that that Chevy with them big mutters on there and give it a proper lift, so those mutters don't drag on the body. Why? Big welder's cheaper. I don't have to worry about that because my car's already got a limited slip diff. Delete the body on the Ford. You could do those exoskeletons like a certain popular YouTube did with his Blazer. You can do a Ford exoskeleton truck. Mm-hmm. Or you know what? Just run it with a platform with a seat and a steering wheel. No body, no cover, no nothing, and then just the frame and a seat. All right, yeah, I bet your gas mileage is going to suck. .410 gears. You still going to keep the 305 with 410 gears? Are you down with? Oh, hey, Steve, did you see the Facebook post I shared with you? I know where that car's sitting. I'm not sure if you saw it or not, but that might be a decent starter vehicle for what you have planned. Like I said, I don't know if you saw it. That I pass that car all the time on my way to pick up my kids for the weekend. Stock looking 305. That's funny. I apparently it's not stock underneath. Oh, that's right. You put a bunch of stuff on it. Not stock anymore. You still finding factory manifolds on that? What that? Dinosaur? Dinosaur. The Jurassic Trans Am. Oh, if anybody would like some of these original stickers, I have a bunch of these laying around. Just let me know after the stream. So disappointed with the last one I looked at. I think I'll wait till my other stuff is done. Okay, that's up to you. I don't think it's going anywhere though. It needed the motor. I know that there was no motor in it. It definitely wasn't a a nice restored car. It would have made a nice shell for doing some off-roading. Stock manifold, stock internal, stock carbon distributor, but they too have been tweaked a bit. Let me find out. Just over $1,000 he's asking for it. Like I said, it's not a super clean car, but it would definitely make a nice four-wheel drive fun toy if you had a Blazer frame. Yeah, it's at just under 1,100 he has it at, and you might be able to knock it down a little bit below that. He's saying it's got a 5-speed. I'm not sure if the transmission is still in it. Let me see if I can get that picture. He doesn't have one with the hood open, so I don't know if it still has a transmission in it. No, it's not just the shell. I'm just saying that definitely the shell would be worth it. I mean, the car is pretty much there. It does have an interior, but it definitely is not a pretty interior. Like I said, it would make a great toy, but I'm not saying that it would make a nice resto car. I said, I don't know. Be up to you. It ain't gonna win any beauty pageants, but it looks like it's most of it's there. I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to see on the channel. I mean, I wouldn't go up there thinking that you're going to be buying. All right, that interior is pretty dirty. That's why I said it wasn't the cleanest. Let's see if I can get it to flip. It's not flipping. But yeah, I mean, get a good look at that. It ain't super pretty, but it ain't super bad either. Pretty much, Steve. Pretty much. Oh, my hair's a mess. Normally, I run hairspray in my hair, and I didn't put any in before the stream. Oh. Insemination station. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's why I said. I mean, it's like, but if you're going mudding, it's all gonna get freaking dirty anyway. So I mean, yeah, I mean, if you could offer him $500 and he'd take it, man, drop that shit on a fucking truck chassis and put a lift kit on it and just go mudding with it. You ain't gonna make me cry. I've been keeping my eye out for an 80s Camaro for you for a while. So what's your favorite YouTube video of the week this week? Anybody watch anything interesting? No shouting out your own stuff. Just the most interesting car-related video you've seen this week. Yeah, that was fucking epic. That was epic, man. You know, and the thing is he actually cleared that boat. I mean, he barely touched it. And then that landing, though, that landing was so violent. I think he needs to reinforce that whole interior on that car because like everything went everywhere. His steering wheel moved like a good 3 feet. In case anybody hasn't seen it yet, go check out Send It Steve. Here we go. Hold on. Or I have to Send It Steve shit. Go check out Send It Steve, man. That freaking thing was freaking wicked. If I had some Hammer Down Motorsport merch, I'd be rocking that too. But no, I don't have any of that yet. Well, your Ford was pretty much still factory equipment. I can't say that anything that Steve had going on was factory anything. I mean, it was a bunch of factory parts, but it was a little factory from this, a little factory from that, a little factory from over here, and it was all held together with freaking spit shine and freaking duct tape. No, do got to hand it to Danny and Steve. They definitely did a bang up job on that car. Steve, I got to end up coming down there with my little man and come hang out at your shop at some point on a Wednesday. Maybe when it gets a little cooler, so that way, because he likes to go to the lake. He likes to go to the lake on the when it's nice out. Well, Impact, if you haven't seen any jump out at you recently, you definitely need to go check out Send It Steve's lifted Honda Civic boat jump. Though I definitely can't wait to Hammer Down gets his Ram going and we can go and he goes mudding with it. do believe that is your plan with it, right? Or are you going to be doing something different with it? But yeah, I mean, I do talk up Send It Steve quite a bit, mainly because he's a single dad with 3 kids, and well, at least I think he's single, but he's at least, you know, he's a good guy, and he definitely loves his kids and all that, and it's just good shit. Yeah, me too. I have several original Jurassic Park shirts. Definitely a fan of the original series. The reboot for it isn't bad either, but I'm definitely a fan of the very first movie. And the second movie wasn't bad either. The third one I didn't like at all. Hey, Steve, mine's not a junker either. Hopefully my RAM will be running and driving here shortly. I definitely want to hook up with you when I get my my RAM done and go have some fun trucking, do some off-roading together. I mean, my truck don't sit as high as yours, but it still sits up pretty high. All right. Well, he's supposed to be getting his headset. I'm not sure where he's hooking up with his wife. Um, I don't know. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to send him an invite when he's ready to join. Give me a half a se No, I can't do that right now. The first two. The first two what impact? Oh, the first two Jurassic Parks. Yeah, though I really did like the one with the Indominus Rex. Not Indominus Rex. I like the Indominus Raptor. The Rex one was okay. The White Rex. It definitely was a good movie. I definitely was excited when it first came out. Still definitely liked watching it. The second one, the only thing I didn't like about the second one of the reboots, the one with the Indominus Raptor, I don't like the way that it died. I think they could have done so much more with that creature in the way that it died instead of it landing on top of the Triceratops. Triceratops. That was kind of a letdown for me. I have an 86 K5 Blazer, straight pipe 350, 4-barrel. Hey, Hammerdown needs that truck for his Camaro project. Smokes like a chimney. I've never bothered to get it registered. Just drive it in the woods behind my house. Yeah, I think an 85 K5, 80, that generation K5 Blazer is just one of my favorite favorite trucks. Yes, I love a square body Chevy, but the K5 Blazer is just freaking, it's epic to me. I really like the way they look, especially when they're done upright. They just, but they definitely have to be lifted. They look so silly when they're on stock tires. They just the tires look so tiny on them. If you guys live in North Carolina, you are welcome to come wheeling behind my place. I'll have to catch up with you if I'm ever down that way. If not, I might have to pick up some more of that North Carolina spring water you guys make up in the mountains down there. I heard it's really fresh and crisp. I've been out of it for a little while. But the last time that I was down in that area was actually to go pick up the engine that's in this car. I went down to Sweetwater, Tennessee, and drove right through North Carolina. Yeah, I like them lifted. My stepfather, he had an 85 K5 Blazer with the 12 lug axles, and he had a 8-inch suspension lift with a 2-inch body lift, and he had that sitting on 44s. That was definitely a big truck. He did have it on 38s for like highway use, but when he went off road, and he put 44s on it. It had a 454 with 396 heads on it. That thing hauled. Though it wasn't automatic, it was a turbo 400. It was pretty epic, all the way up until he gave it to his niece. I was so pissed because I did a lot of work on that truck. We were prepping the body, and I guess he lost interest in it or whatever. But we had the whole truck in primer, basically almost ready for paint, and he gave it up. That's not the first car that he gave up on me. He had an Olds Cutlass, but not like the 442 Cutlasses, but like that in between G body Cutlass and the good ones. So like, what is it, like the early 70s Cutlasses, like a 74 maybe, and with the real plush interiors, and it had an Olds 350 in it, and with the rallies, with the Oldsmobile rally rims on it. It was all yellow with a black vinyl top, and that was supposed to be my first car, and he sold it on me. CB radio in the Dodge truck in the 2500. I was thinking about putting a CB in my truck, but I don't know if I'd get enough use out of it. I mean, the whip antennas would be cool, but why would you have the whip antennas if you don't have a CB? Though, if I was ever to go cruising with this girl and the truck, you know, then that'd be pretty cool. Talk back and forth with the CB. Bandit 1, Bandit 2. What's your 20? Anybody have a favorite Smokey in the Bandit line? Favorite Smokey in the Bandit line? Oh, Steve, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. Rhonda, would you be friends with Trucker Chris? Speedier than that. Yes, yes, yes. Very epic. He's a speedy car. Speedier than that. I used to have a 71 Gold Duster. Thanks to my ex and his drug abuse, it was totally destroyed by people he owed money. Oh, that sucks. All right, well, Chris will be here shortly. You actually beat Chris here. He's busy doing trucker things and will be here shortly. I think my favorite, you got Snowman's Honey Hush when that baby rolled out of the back of that truck. I mean, oh, if your heart didn't go pitter patter when that car rolled out of the back of that semi for the first time, then and I don't know if you're truly a car person. I mean, because that was definitely an epic moment of that movie. Though I think my favorite line is when he drives down into the park and Frog asks him, "Do you ever take off that hat?" And he says, "For one thing and one thing only." You know what? I actually give me 10 seconds and I'll do a wardrobe change. I love the 675 Valiant with would boil the right rear tire when you drop the clutch. The nice, oh my God, hammer down! I need to boil you alive. Don't know where my black hat is. I do have my old hat. It's a little been stuffed up in the closet for a while because I ended up getting a black one that I'm not quite sure where that one got to. But let's see. Will that stay there or will it fall? That might stay there. Oh, you can't see it though. I don't think it'll fit over here. There we go. That was a little worse for wear. No, I don't wear that one anymore. Used to have a 69 Maverick. The Mavericks were cool. A lot of people didn't like them, but I actually liked them a lot. I was totaled by Hurricane Ivan. Ooh, ouch. I don't know if that's a Maverick anymore. Maybe a Flat Rick. Oh. So you guys know I have a 77 Nova, which is basically the same, not obviously not the same brand as the Dusters, but the same size. That's impressive. 30 miles with a little Maverick. Damn quick little car for something with 200 inline six. Hey, even the Novas have a 250 inline six. My Nova had a 1-barrel carburetor on it when I first got it. Needless to say, it no longer has a 1-barrel carb in it. It's now a 350, 305 heads with a 650. Well, had a 650 Edelbrock carb on it, which is actually on the TA right now. I yanked that carburetor to get the TA running because the carburetor that's on the TA, which is actually on my front porch, it's definitely shot. I mean, it needs a complete rebuild. Still haven't had the money up to fix that yet. How many people we got in here right now? Do we know? Let's see. We actually have 9 people in here right now. That's actually pretty damn freaking good. Welcome. Let's do a roll call here, and we'll see who all's in here, and we'll do a little shout outs and get you guys. If you guys have channels or some social media that you guys would like to share, let me know. And if you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. We are sitting right now at 2 dislikes and 6 likes. So whoever your dislikes are, have fun with it. We're actually sitting at 2 dislikes. Was off by 1. When I was done with it, a little 200 Maverick would lay 1 foot black mark with no brake play. Well, the cool thing about this thing, well, before I put the Pontiac 400, when I had the 403 olds in it, the clip that you see in the beginning of all of my videos of the TA doing the burnout, I didn't brake. I just mashed the freaking throttle. I mean, I broke for a little bit just to break the tires free, but then the rest of that was all just me laying into the pedal, and it just ate. Well, we always have the sour sports in here. It's just a fact of life. We blame it on the goat. If you don't know the story of the goat, you have to go back a little bit. It has to do with the Dodge Ram. We had a goat that ate my bottom side of my Dodge Ram. It ate some vacuum lines and a couple O2 sensors. Basically caused a little bit of havoc on the underside of my truck. And yeah, so we blame the dislikes on the goat. Hey Joe, welcome aboard. Oh my God. Do I really need my ugly mug on the big screen? In fact, actually, my poster's falling down here. I think my hat's too heavy. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, I'm making a mess. Hold on. Technical difficulties. There we go. All good. Not exactly in the right place as it was before, but it'll work. Yeah, he has a pro charged Camaro, I do believe. All right, thank you, Grim. What are you working on today, Grim? Because normally when you're watching my stream, you're out in the shop doing some tinkering. Oh, you're a van. What kind of van? If anybody hasn't checked out Wicked Fab's channel, he's got another Ram. His is freaking gorgeous. I mean, he's done the whole underside of the truck. He just put a lift kit on it, and he's been taking it out to some car shows. Been taking it out to a few car shows. Joe, would you like to come join up on the screen, or are you not able to do that? Because I does not have a co-host tonight at the moment. I'm waiting for Chris to be ready to join. He hasn't messaged me yet. So if you're in the, you check out the live chat, the link is there if you want to pop in. Hammerdown, I don't know if you have the ability to pop on and want to. Let me know. All right, I gotta send Chris in here real quick. He looks like he's ready because he's just he's messaging in the thing. Give me a half a second here to get him in here. See if he pops in here or not. Steve, you ain't too ugly. You got more of an epic beard than I got, man. You put my beard to shame. Who has a big light beard setup now? Well, me. I got this freaking huge ass. Oh my God, the light! I literally have to. You can see it a little bit. See, I got a piece of cardboard that hides half this light, just so I don't get blinded. You can see it in the look. You can see it in the mirror. And welcome aboard, Chris. We got microphone today. Oh no! Oh no! No mic, Chris. All right, all right, all right. Oh yeah, I haven't seen. I'm not sure if I've seen that yet. '06 caravan checking the amp draw on the cooling fans. Oh man, sat here and hung out for an hour hanging this live stream up on myself, man. If I ever didn't appreciate you, Chris, I apologize. Though we still can't hear you, buddy. We can see you, but we can't hear you. I'd say you got them ears on, but you definitely got the ears on. You just don't got the talks on. All right, we'll do. We're going to invite him back here in a second here. We got the goat in the stream, something like that. Hey, who thinks they can get Steve in here?
Maybe.
Hey,
Maybe.
we got you. We hear you. 10-4, good buddy.
Good to go. Finally.
Good to go. All right, you have to pass the test. You have to give me one Smokey and the Bandit line, CB radio talk.
One Smoking the Bandit line, CB radio talk.
Come on.
Well, let's see. I'd have to say being my career of choice.
I know you. This could be easy.
Oh, this one is easy. I mean, being my career of choice and is as famous as the alter ego character was.
Oh, Snowman's definitely.
I'd have to go with the other one. I'd have to go with the other one. It would be Snowman when he said in the end of the movie, "As what? They don't know the Snowman? Well, just move on over, Bandit. Let's introduce him to the man." And he hauled down drab gears and busted through all the gates with the truck.
Yeah, that shit was fucking.
I can't quote it verbatim, but it was something along there.
Me and Hammerdown have one of the most epic Smokey and the Bandit shirts that I've seen in a very, very long time. He actually saw me wear it during one of my live streams, and I think within less than a week, he had his own copy of that shirt on his front doorstep. Somehow he found it online. I picked up mine down in Virginia at one of those truck stops. It's got the Bandit on the front, and on the back it's got Snowman.
Oh, I got one of those.
Let me see.
I got mine at Summit.
Yeah, let me give me 10 seconds. You entertain the folks up here in the chat, and I do believe mine's soggy at the moment, but I do know where it's at. Oh.
Yeah, it's been one of them basic days from hell. Yeah. I got loaded a day late, running behind, decided to help a friend out and save him a coin on garage bills because he basically needed what should have been a simple and basic disc brake pad replacement in his Jeep. And everything went fine until we went to put it back together and got to the passenger side, and one of the slider mounting pins for the caliper doesn't slide no more. It's froze fast in the mounting bracket. And we run out, it started raining in the middle of the job outside, no garage. So, yeah. He's together to set, but he's not going anywhere other than that.
Well, never mind on that one. That's a no-go.
Yeah, and then I run off out of the house. I left. I figured we'd be back to the house. Simple job, in and out, done. It didn't work that way. And
never
pressed
does.
for time. I've got a 2 a.m. delivery to get to over in Colorado, so I basically back to the truck and haul ass, and it's like, do you realize your headset's here at the house? All your laundry. You forgot your lunch for the week. And it's like the list was just mounting, so this formula was basically, hey, I'll jump in the truck and I will bring your stuff to you if I can catch you. I just stopped. Yeah, that's a nice meme, isn't it?
Ain't it? If you guys can read that, I don't know if it's going to come up in clear focus there or not. But
I thought you'd like that when I saw that and sent it to you.
Every year, millions of V8 engines are killed by global warming activists. Help stop the hate. Adopt a V8. Now, Obama definitely killed a shit ton of them a couple years ago with that
Cash for Clunkers program.
Oh my God, that freaking shit! That was a horror movie, man. That was the worst horror movie of that fucking year. Oh my God! I mean, that's all them freaking good parts, all of those freaking good engines. Just, toast. Classic cars. It didn't matter if somebody wanted the money bad enough. There were so many. Wasn't there like a Maserati or something with a full wood interior that went too?
Yep.
Like a what was it? Like a 60s or 70s Maserati with a full wood interior. Freaking gorgeous. The car was mint, and they crushed it. Oh my God, that was so heartbreaking. And they didn't care. They didn't care at all.
Push drivers push, drag, or tow.
I mean,
We'll take them all.
I know. I mean, that was just heartbreaking. I mean, my heart sunk, and then the fact of all of those cars that people like me that can't afford to buy a new car, we would have had. You know, you couldn't gotten rid of something, you know, worth getting rid of.
Yeah, it was crazy, crazy.
Hey, we got a Big E in here. Did you see that? Big E needs to change his YouTube name to Big E.
Yeah, really.
Because, you know, I mean, A Lovely Bunch of Coconuts is a great ass freaking name, but it doesn't have the same ring as Big E. Big Enos, is it a Big E or Little E? Oh, come on, that was a Smokey and the Bandit joke. 59 Dynamic Delta 88 was in mint condition and tried to save the money to buy it, and they crushed it. That sucks. Impact, you are doing something to drive my freaking. It keeps hanging up your. What are you saying that is definitely not liking? What is it, idiot? Is that real? Is that really what it hung up on?
On what?
It keeps flagging Impact's posts.
All right, come on, flip back over, Danny.
Maybe the other one was retard. But
Stupid
yeah,
tablet.
the last two comments I've had to allow because it pulled them. I'm sorry. YouTube, I am not that sensitive that you can't use the word retard. I apologize for any of you politically correct people, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah, politically correct people need to
that's right.
wipe their noses and change paper and get over themselves. Stick another pacifier in their mouth and shut up.
Right. Well, it let Steve say it because Steve's a moderator. I don't have to moderate my moderators. You know what? Impact. Guess what? I don't have. I don't have to moderate you anymore. Sorry. There you go, buddy. There you go. I think. Hold on. Did it work? There we go. There you go, buddy. No more having that. You haven't said anything that's that out of line that I have to worry about it. All right. So what are we hauling tonight, Chris? This is like our new. This is our new. What is your beverage of choice? It's what is Chris hauling?
Let's see. We have.
What's on the manifest?
Stainless steel, basically tables, like restaurant.
Oh, like restaurant tables.
Kitchenware.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like stainless steel tables, sinks.
I could use one of those in my shop.
Oh, I'm telling you, some of the stuff we get with all that stuff is, it's just. Well, what saddens me, I mean, we haul quite a bit of it, and we'll basically take it to the contractor that's installing his stuff. But the stuff that they take out and they've got sitting on the yard, we'll go to their yard and we'll unload this stuff. They're going to do a big job. The stuff that they've taken out and they just got thrown in a pile. It's like, well, what do you do with all that? Well, that's all scrap. It ain't no good for nothing. Are you shitting me? That 8-foot table ain't got nothing wrong with it. Well, it's old. It's a restaurant. It's no good.
Well, yeah, for the restaurant.
I'd make one hell of a workbench or a welding table. Come on.
For the restaurant, it's no good.
And they got to scrap it. They're not allowed to.
Stainless steel.
They're not allowed to give it away, or they can't sell it.
Can you weld with stainless steel? Is it a good conduct? Like, because the welding table, you hook your ground to the table, and then anything that you're welding on is grounded to the table. So you don't
exactly.
have to. So I mean, if it'll make a good table, I mean, if it'll make a good ground.
I would think stainless steel would make an excellent welding table. One, it's never going to rust. It's steel. It's just a bitch to drill through.
Well, you can't weld to it, can you?
Yeah, you can't weld to it. I mean, you can.
So anything you're welding, your slag won't stick to it.
Exactly. I mean, you can, but it's specialized.
Do you know that?
I don't know if anybody does that kind of stuff.
I don't know. You ever watch the channel called Fab Forums? He's got.
I don't think I've seen that.
You should. They should check that out. He's got a wicked ass Fox body. He's got a wicked ass Fox body rat rod. Literally, you always get like the roof line and like part of the quarter window, and like the rest of the car is gone. The rest of the car is all fabbed. The whole chassis, the everything. It is an absolute wicked car.
I think I had seen that.
I think.
So he made a rat rod out of a Mustang that's kind of on the premise of Cletus's Leroy.
No, this was done way before Leroy. This project was started and actually was envisioned long before Leroy was even a thing. Long before Cletus was even a thing. He actually started this project back when he was in high school. Like the concept and the drawings and all of that. So this was already in at least the planning stages way before, probably way before YouTube was really even a big thing, or when YouTube was like just starting out. He has a whole video. He has a whole video.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You can actually go back and you can see his videos. One of his videos, he talks about where he got the concept for the car, and he pulls out these line drawings from back when he was in school with dates on them that show, that he was already thinking and planning about this car way before that.
So what's up, fellas?
We got some newbies up in here. Well, not newbies. We got some new people for tonight. We got Wicked Fabs. We got Welcome Joe and his awesome Ram in the background there. And we have Big E. He goes by Lovely Bunch of Coconuts in the chat, if you're wondering who they are. And he doesn't have a YouTube or nothing, but he's definitely my gamer buddy and hangs out with us after 10 o'clock almost every week.
Yeah, you got me for a little bit. I got to get ready for bed. I have work tomorrow.
I get up at 5:30 in the morning.
While I was on the big screen, I said, "Yeah, I'll give you guys some time." This is my daughter Megan.
I was gonna say, who's your guest?
She's one of the crew members of the channel.
Yeah, man. You know what? I am so jealous. When you go out to places, you definitely roll out with the whole crew. I mean, I have never seen so many people wearing Wicked Fab T-shirts in one place. I mean, you have a whole posse. You don't just have like a following. You don't have a crew. You have a whole posse.
Yeah, we try and make a good time out of it and have fun, and bring a couple people with us.
I can't even. I almost have to pay people to wear my shirt. I'm giving them away.
Yeah, it's a blast.
You missed it. We gave away a shirt 2 weeks ago. Well, we didn't give it away. He technically paid for it, though. I didn't really make any profit off of it either. Because thank you, YouTube, for taking a third of what he paid in. I had a thing going on that if you paid $25 in Super Chat, I would help you make a custom one of my shirts that you could then have. And he's the only one that took me up on the offer, $25 Super Chat, and I promised him a shirt.
Awesome.
Well, by the time that YouTube sent me my money, that $25 was more like $13, which is basically what it cost me to put out a shirt. So, like, literally, I made no profit off of that shirt at all, period.
Yeah, I with the shirt stuff and all that, I think I've given more away than sell them.
Well, the whole point is the only reason I have them is because I need to sell them, because that I get more profit off of that than I do off of YouTube.
Yeah.
And right now, I am in a really big money tight as far as being able to get some things done. I have to build a new computer because I'm not sure if you've seen Google Hangouts. This will be my last Google Hangouts.
Yeah. What is up with that? They're ruining a good thing.
They're ruining a good thing. But the thing is I'm kind of screwed. I now have to pull something out of my butt because next week I don't have Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
This computer cannot handle streaming with OBS. So for me to be able to do a group stream, I mean, it'll do the webcam thing that they want us to do, which is basically what they've always had. You can literally just stream straight from YouTube with a webcam, like you can or whatever. You can still do that.
But it's just by yourself.
Right, and I don't want to be by myself.
Yeah, that's boring as shit.
I want to hang out with everyone in here. I want to hang out with the people in the chat that can't be up on the screen. I want to hang out with you guys that hang out with me on camera. until well, I'm kind of out, so I kind of but drink a few and hang out with you guys, shoot the shit, and have some fun.
Absolutely.
I have a hard time trying to communicate because of the lag in the chat, which I cut down the lag in my settings pretty well. There's not that much of a time difference between when you guys hear me say something, when you guys write it, and I see it. There's not too much of a lag, but there's enough of a lag that it makes holding a conversation difficult.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are scrambling to figure out how they're going to do this.
Well, I know how I'm going to do it. I know how I'm eventually going to do it. But whether or not my hardware is capable of doing that in the near future is different. Me and Big E sat up, what was that, like 3-4 weeks ago?
Yeah, about.
We sat up to like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, sitting here basically hand-picking components to make a affordable but workhorse computer for me. It's going to cost me like $700 by the time it's all done if I don't add a part or two here and there to just upgrade it, because I might increase the RAM. I don't know. But we bare bones $700 for me to be back up and running with a today capable PC. Well, yeah. I don't have $700 just sitting there. Basically, I only make $600 every 2 weeks after child support and taxes and health insurance and all that shit. So not even including rent. So that's before I pay my rent, before I pay my everything else. So I can't drop $700 like nothing.
Yeah, they're definitely not making it easy for us. I'm still looking to. I'm not even on a computer yet. I'm still on the Chromebook and still doing stuff from my phone and all that stuff.
Chromebook is still technically a computer. Yeah, Chromebook is still technically a computer, though.
It is, but it's
technically this is a computer.
Yeah,
it is, but
different. Yeah, well, the problem is, Debbie, is the amount. By the time I get done making my monthly payments for a gaming computer off of Amazon, yeah, by the time I get done paying that off, I could have built a computer by then. Within the first couple of payments, I could have built my computer and don't have to worry about that. And I don't have any credit through Amazon.
I'm hoping to upgrade everything that I got over this winter. I'm gonna go for an infrastructure build and just start concentrating on the cameras, the software, and
if you happen to be getting rid of any GoPros, let me know. Keep me in mind.
Okay.
Because I mean, I'm still working on the cell phones. Let's see, there's 3 cell phones.
Most of my shooting's on a cell phone.
Yep, 3 cell phones.
It's so easy.
And the knockoff.
That's exactly what I got.
Unfortunately, no, for me, it's not so easy to shoot with the GoPros. I mean, I don't need a standalone a camera, but there are a lot of shots that are just almost damn near impossible for me to catch with my phones, because either A, I'm putting them in a very dangerous spot, or B, they're just too bulky to fit where I want them to go.
Yep.
And
come on now. You've perfected the unidentified flying phone without destroying it where it doesn't work, a few weeks ago. So.
I don't know, Joe, if you've seen this yet, but this phone literally flew off the top of my car at about 35 miles an hour, landed on the asphalt, and I
slid 100 feet.
I walked up to it and I saw this. Now, this wasn't the background on it, but I saw that, and I was like, how the hell did my phone survive that until I turned it around?
Well, I would definitely not get rid of that phone then.
The thing is literally what you can't see is this is supposed to be a raised metal edge. It's almost shaved all the way down to the glass. There's almost no lip on that whatsoever. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Jesus.
Now this is tempered glass. This is actually glass, not plastic. So. That's how thick the back glass is on your phone. It's like fucking razor thin.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is that these don't break more often. I mean, that is some really a thin ass glass, and it doesn't shatter that often. I mean, I've dropped that phone probably.
Now, is that the Gorilla Glass, or what are they using now?
That's Gorilla Glass.
Yeah, that stuff.
It has a plastic coating on the inside with a glass outside.
I know the first phone I got that had that. I mean, when I was flatbedding, I dropped a couple times, 13 and a half feet off the top of a trailer trying to tarp a load of hay.
And they don't break.
And it's like, it didn't break. It's like, quick, go buy a lottery ticket, right?
Yeah. That's what it's designed to do.
I saw a video once where they're making Gorilla Glass, and it's kind of simple in concept, but like most things in practice.
Well, the thing is, I know that they have to align. They like align all the electrodes in the glass so they line up just perfectly. Once you get a nick in it, it's completely compromised. Like until you get that first nick in it, it's really super strong. Once it gets a nick in it, it'll shatter pretty easy.
Well, the way they really like overly simplified it, and pretty much you just got like a grid of the molecules, which I'm pretty sure what you meant by electrodes.
Right.
They got like all the molecules, and then there's molecules in between those. And what they do is when they're making the glass, the molecules in between the glass molecules, they're a certain size. And then what they do is they do some sciencey whatever,
voodoo shit.
Those molecules out and put bigger molecules in it. So essentially, it's just stressed already.
Right. Yeah. They stress it. No, my phone is not fixed. Yeah, as you can see, what I need to do is I just got done telling you I don't have a whole shit ton of money. So literally it's like wait till my next paycheck comes in to be able to get the next set of stuff I have. And I got all this stuff. I have in here I have the glue for the this is the glue that they use, these black strips here. This clear plastic is literally just to keep everything spaced correctly. But that black glue is the stuff that holds the chassis to the glass. So I got that stuff in. That was the last piece of the actual phone that I needed. But I have that. I have the chassis itself. This is the actual. This is the structure of your phone. All of the motherboards and stuff fit in that, and then this is the back glass. So I have all the parts that I need. Everything else you reuse from your old phone. But the thing that I'm worried about using is you can use a hair dryer to heat the adhesive up to get it to break free. But I'm worried about it not heating up enough. And when I go remove the front glass, it cracks it. Because the front glass I am not replacing. But if I have to replace it, that's like $250 for that front piece of glass. The back glass is like $8, and the chassis was like $27. So like those two combined, I've got like $30 plus. I think the front adhesive was like $6. So I've got less than $40 into it so far, and versus sending it in for like $250 through insurance. So I mean, what am I going to do? I'm going to do it this way. But if I break the front glass, I break the front glass, and then I'm going to end up paying the $250 anyway. So I mean, worst case scenario, I still have a fixed phone. It just depends on how much it's going to cost me.
Now, is the phone still operational, Sean?
Yeah. The front glass literally is perfect. That's not a nick, not a scratch, not a nothing. And
if it was mine, I'd probably just let it go.
Right, but the thing is this is actually really freaking sharp.
Oh, okay.
And it actually, there's several spots like right here. It literally nicked the aluminum away. Because especially this one up here, you can really see. If it'll focus, you can see where it took a really good sized chunk out of that aluminum.
Yeah. Throw it in an outer box, you're good to go for another 150 miles. Slide in it.
Well, the other thing is you can't hear it probably, but the battery, which is actually supposed to be glued down in there, is shaking.
Okay, yeah, then. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to... I'd rather just fix it and be done with it than to sit here and play with a broken phone.
You should make sure you do a video on that.
Well, yeah, I am.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably what I'll do is I'll record it as a live, But I'll also have cameras running that I can edit and break it down into like an actual video.
Yeah.
That way, if I break it on live, you know it's right there. I did it. You can't help it.
Yeah, like this is what you don't do, and then you get titled
Well,
"How
and
Not to Fix Your Phone."
is how many YouTube videos do you have? I mean, there's plenty of YouTube videos of people doing this with their phones, but they're professionals that know what the fuck they're doing. You know,
doing it live, hey, yeah.
Here I am. I'm a nobody. I've never done this before.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit here and try it. How many views do you think that video is going to get?
Hey, join me and watch me break my phone.
Exactly. Watch me destroy $1,000 phone when I can replace it. So that's what it is. These were like, what, $900?
You're gonna have to come up with some really suspenseful music for the background while you're doing it. At that moment, like,
Yeah,
will we last or not?
I'll have to hit up my music thingy and see what it is. I was really tempted today, considering this is the last Hangouts live stream, to not monetize this one and literally just jam out to whatever fucking music I wanted to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that, YouTube would still have a fit.
Oh yeah.
So what you're trying to say about your phone is it rattles worse than a newly built Freightliner.
No, it rattles worse than a Mopar.
Ooh.
There's more of you that resemble that now.
We all know that those Chargers and Satellites and Roadrunners and all those cars that we absolutely all love, that when they rolled off the assembly line, they were not made worth a shit. They just looked cool. The body gaps on those cars were so atrocious you could fucking park a Mack truck between them.
Very bad.
So, I mean, they actually do a better job restoring those cars than they actually did at the factory.
Yeah. It's nice when you look at your granddad when you talk about going to churches. Yeah, granddad, your new car's got more creaks than grandma. I can still remember the one he had. We rode it. He used the last car he had. He was driving for his stroke and all that. I don't know what year it was. It was an old Plymouth Valiant that had the push-button transmission right on the left side of the dash between the steering wheel and the A-pillar.
Yep. I remember that.
And had these real. It looked like wing tips because they were just stuck off the side on the ass of the car where the brake lights that was mounted.
Early 60s, late 50s.
Yeah, but that thing, I mean, you couldn't kill it. I shit you not. I saw this guy he had a 4-wheel drive truck he put in the ditch in the middle of winter one time, and they lived out a back road. So, I mean, it's kind of like where you used to live. The biggest amount of salt and cinders that got on the road is what dripped off the cars going back the lane from the main road. Yeah, Granddad took that old car back there and put a set of chains on it. Took back, told that guy, yeah, I'll pull you out of the ditch for $50, or we can call a wrecker. He's going to charge you $500 to come out here to get this done. And the guy looked at Granddad and said, shit, that car ain't going to do nothing over this truck. But, I mean, you get out of the ditch, I'll give you $200. Man, okay. About 10 minutes later, the Granddad's telling the guy, thanks, I'll appreciate the beer and the fine fishing for the spring that we're going to get. We need new flies for the spring season. That's what this money's going to go to. And the guy's sitting there with his jaw hanging on the ground like, yeah, don't let your tongue roll out of your mouth. You'll get frostbite.
Well, I'll be damned.
pretty much.
Hey, Sean, did you happen to make it to that car show out your way, that bigger one?
Which one?
The one there was one for I seen advertised for McAdoo.
McAdoo? No, I didn't see that. I didn't get to that one. We decided to take a chance and we went to the Mahoney Valley Speedway one.
Okay.
There was literally like 5 cars there.
Really? Wow.
I was so disappointed. Then it was a choice between going all the way down to Hamburg and going to the Carlisle, not Carlisle, the Cabela's one.
Right.
Or going to the one at Mahoney Valley, because I did have to be down in the Shoemakers area at around 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so we we'll go up to that one. It's closer, and then you can always head home afterwards. And we went up there, and I mean, there were some nice cars. I do have some pictures of them, but it was just totally.
They had a car show at Cabela's.
Yeah, they did.
How big is that show?
I have no idea.
Oh Christ, that's like double jeopardy, isn't it?
I had a choice between two car shows, and I picked the wrong one.
It's a 50-50 shot.
A car show, Cabela's, talk about losing your credit card. You get done walking around in the heat, you go and spend on money on all the other toys you want.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how they get you in there.
There was one of them.
Okay.
Nice for me.
Yeah, let's see. So wait, I want to go. I want to go this way.
You're gonna have to share that with us. We can
Hold
show
on.
this formula. You know that.
Hold on. There we go. So okay, so we got this one. Slide that over. Same one. I'm trying to do this backwards. It's not working very well. This Mustang. And then there was this thing. Now you can see there's some other cars in the background, but I really wasn't interested in any of them.
That's a Tonka truck on steroids, right?
Oh my god, that thing was so nice.
Yeah, I've been hitting them every week now since Bloom, and
well,
I've been getting lucky, getting about 60, 70 cars per show.
You can see the car show in the back.
Yeah,
it was absolutely nothing.
Huh?
It was retarded.
Yeah, I've been getting lucky.
I have to tell Miss Formula to pay attention to the video and look at his truck behind him, because that's what I was talking about the bar she needs for the front of the new truck.
Oh, but
yeah.
Joe, you didn't see it. I did have the truck running the other day. I don't know.
Yeah, I seen that.
Did you see the Instagram?
Yeah, or Instagram. Yeah.
Did get a nice shot of it though.
Nice.
It's a nice spec. I like it. Got to get rid of that body molding though.
You know, I was thinking about doing that on mine this winter. Hopefully, if everything goes right, mine's going in for body.
Well, the body line is this is all dependent on whether or not this fucking transmission works.
Okay.
If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because
you got the tannerite ready.
Yeah, I don't have any more money to keep dumping into this transmission, and I'm getting quite sick and tired of yanking it out and putting it back in.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next time I'm just gonna end up finding another used transmission that works.
6 feet.
I don't. Well, it's an automatic, so it's got a computer. It's hooked into the computer and bullshit. So I don't know how much I can play with that.
Yeah, I'm debating whether or not to take off my side molding or not, because with everything, I went black on everything, and the side molding really pops now on the side with it being black. So I'm debating whether or not to take it off.
Well, I'm taking mine off because I do have that split between the light and the dark brown.
Right.
The light silver and the dark brown, and the bottom of it's going to go a silver Raptor liner.
Okay.
So I just want to get rid of the body molding anyway, and then the back, all of the black plastics going on the back tailgate. Because
I'm taking mine off too.
I have that tattered flag decal to go back there.
Oh, okay. Did
you see that?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that one.
Hold on.
What's he gonna knock over this time?
Who knows?
7-Eleven down the street.
I'm telling you, he was destroying the studio works a little bit ago.
Flying everywhere earlier.
Is that the picture of the truck and the flag in the background?
The what?
No, the decal you're going to put on the tailgate is the picture of your truck with the flag on the background?
No.
Okay.
No, this is actually from Insane Designs. This is actually their tailgate kit. It was actually one of the things that I purchased to try to win that highlighter yellow Corvette.
Oh, yeah.
So this is their vinyl tattered flag.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's just a big vinyl decal.
That's wild.
And it goes over top of your existing paint. It just gives you that. I mean, it would be really, really cool if I had like a gloss back black tailgate, and then you have the flat black vinyl.
Yeah, that would look like a ghost flag in there.
But it'll still look good on top of the brown. But I also have a white one, a smaller white one for the back quarter window, for the back glass.
You're right.
That I bought when I was trying to get the, what was I trying to get then? What they do before the blue Corvette, the teal one. If you remember the teal Corvette that they were giving away, the
Yeah.
white one. Yeah, I was
Yep.
trying to get that one. That's when I bought the other one. So to get the highlighter yellow one, I bought this. I bought the tailgate and I bought that shirt. Trying to win that car, but oh well, didn't happen. As I said, the worst case scenario is I still got some cool stuff. This thing is freaking nice.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, you can get this image. I don't know how well it's going to come. I haven't bought one of the posters on Teespring, so I don't know exactly how well they're going to come out. But I do have them up there. You can get this actual size of this car up on my Teespring.
Cool.
There's a bunch of other cool stuff up there.
Hey, Pilot's in.
Hey, welcome, brother. Hey, why not hit
Mr.
the like?
Waukesha.
Why not hit the like? It's free. Yeah, I agree with you. It's free. Hit that like, man. But yeah, this is actually kind of a better, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next week. I may be up here by myself next week. I'm going to have to be singing Jess's favorite song. What is it? All by myself. Sean does not do karaoke.
Clearly.
But I mean, I do.
He starts doing that, you're gonna have people just be like that commercial running around on YouTube or whatever, where they're karaokeing up in the Arctic somewhere, and the guy's trying to run out the door.
Yeah, I have, but I do have a plan. I do have. I have this ancient Dell monitor, which I actually don't have an actual monitor cable, but I did have one of these ones that converted over to HDMI. So I have that, and then I have a Biggie. How do you call that? How do you say that name for that computer that I have? Vino.
Oh, Lenovo.
Yeah, I have an i3 PC. It runs on Windows 10. It's slower than a donkey's ass in a mud puddle. But it's got more upgraded. It's got better hardware than this computer's got as far as newer hardware. So I'm hoping that it can run Streamlabs half decently enough that I can be back here as a group stream with a lot more added features. If you caught any of my failed live streams that I did like a couple weeks ago, the ones that were freezing all over the place and so laggy that you couldn't even watch them, you got to see at least some of the features. I think, Chris, you were in the thing where I was showing some of the features that the new thing can do.
Yeah, you were telling me some, and then that one test you did, you were showing something, and then it went haywire.
Right, and I know Big E saw them.
Mm-hmm.
I can try to start it up to see if it will bring them up.
Every time it was getting frustrating for you, the only thing, it wasn't working. The only thing I could picture was Wile E. Coyote standing at the top of the cliff with a anvil in his hand, dropping her over the cliff, trying to squish the coyote, and forgot that he tied a rope around his ankle to it.
Right?
That's what I pictured every time. Every time you tried that and it failed, you're like, bam, it would knock you out.
That's awesome.
You come back in and say, let's try this again.
Yeah.
Or he lights the Acme rocket and it's facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to open the Streamlabs here. Let's see if it'll open.
I like the probably the wildest, most politically incorrect one was the one I saw where, like you said, he had the Acme rocket and the big fuse, and he looks and he sees a Roadrunner coming and says, and he, you get that little chuckle and smirk in his face, lights a fuse and it burns between his legs and burns back behind him, and he's watching the bird come with the binoculars. Unbeknownst to him, though, the rocket was pointed at his own butt. And it launched.
You don't have cartoons like that anymore, though. They're politically incorrect.
And then all you see is him flying through the air across a canyon, with his back arched in a bridge that would make any gymnast proud, headed for a rock wall. It's like, this is going to hurt.
the most epic sound that could have come out of that would have been that Goofy yell that Goofy does.
Yeah.
That would have been epic for hearing that sound clip as Wile E. Coyote goes flying across the freaking. Oh, in other news, did you
Yeah,
see?
and they missed a perfect moment that way. I mean, they missed an absolute perfect moment because he could have made some snide comment. I wonder if this is how Evel Knievel felt going across the Snake River Canyon before he dropped.
He didn't talk. He held up the sign. So he would have had to, he'd held up a sign that said like "help," or
Yeah.
I think the one time he just held up a sign, it would just say "ouch."
Yeah.
So let's see if I can give a preview of how this is going to look. We'll see if it'll let me. I'm waiting for it to finish its little update thing.
Oh, that would have been wild.
But I won't be able to stream anything through it.
Pilot just said the Thunderbirds were in at the air show near him there in Milwaukee.
Yeah. I still watch that one where they lost the one pilot that went down over top of the house. What was it, number 4?
Yeah, I think. I know them and the Angels have lost one.
Yeah, it was an Angel. It wasn't a Thunderbird. It was an Angel.
Yeah. I know the Angel. I mean, he ditched his on purpose because he was screwed up trying to get it away from the airport and the crowd. But as fast as those things, I mean, you figure the blink of an eye and it's over.
Yeah.
As fast as they're flying, how do you react to something like that when it goes doo-doo?
Yeah.
Wait, Biggie, you got to do it because you do it the best.
Do what? Oh.
Yeah. Well, that was like when we play racing games, if one of us crashes or messes up, that was our thing that we would make that noise as
as we pass the other person because of their fuck up.
Alrighty, let's see. Okay, I think I might be able to do this. I don't know how well.
Not well.
Let's bring the volume down here all the way so I'm not picking up any of that. Am I freezing
says hi to everybody. She's currently driving back to the house, so she's unable to type. She's following the stream on her phone.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
are we still in it?
Hey,
are we still in this chat?
Quick! Somebody find a Wile E. Coyote face and put it up when he comes back. So, hey, we had your back, buddy. You're still here. Wait a minute, Biggie, you got the idea. Quick, grab a popsicle stick or something, a piece of paper, and yell, "Whoops!" That way when he comes back, you can hold it up in front of the screen.
I just have a popsicle stick next to me.
Yeah, or something. I mean, that or just a tablet. You hold a tablet, big tablet with marker, put "whoops" on it or something.
I got about.
We had his back.
I got about a gross of these next to me. Here's his rocket.
Yeah, there's rocket.
We should get a little Sean and put little Sean on here and go.
Can you guys see this at all?
Yeah.
Can you guys see this at all?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. Let me go and click on mine so mine will stay up. Google Hangouts. Here we go. Click on me so it'll stay up. There we go. Go back to what I was doing over here. Okay, so this is basically the setup of what I'm looking at doing. Which the thing is the whole stream right here in the middle will be our stream. So it'll have all of our pictures in here or whatever, and it'll tell us how many we have watching right now up in the top corner. In fact, actually, you can see it right now. It's doing it right now. You see there's 7 viewers up here in the top corner. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, does Hangouts limit how many people you can bring in, like the way we are now? Or do they limit that at all with how many people you can have come up this way, the way we're doing it now?
Yeah, I think that's 8.
Is it 8?
Yeah, I think it's 8. I don't know if
versus Streamlabs, which will support more, maybe
no,
or not.
Streamlabs is just a broadcasting service. So basically, it takes a bunch of components and turns it into a stream and broadcasts it to YouTube. What I will be using is actually Skype. which is kind of like Google Hangouts.
Okay.
Like this thing over here in the corner, which is like a tip jar. So like anytime somebody hits a like or throws a tip, it will do, here, let's see if I can get it to do it. Let's say I give somebody, if it'll do it, if I don't lose my frames for a second here. Is it doing it or no? Super chat. It's not working. I don't know if it'll do it because I'm in the middle of a stream right now.
Probably not.
Somebody, oh, there it goes.
One eternity later.
Right, but you see how it has this thing and it'll pop up the person's name. And so somebody subscribes to the channel during the live. It'll pop up like that, you know. It'll pop up. It'll say, you know, somebody has just subscribed, and it'll drop the thing down into the cup. Or if somebody gives a super chat, you know, the same thing. You know, so and so has tipped a certain amount of money, and then it'll drop change down into the cup. So you know, it has a bunch of interactive things. It'll actually have the live chat feed, right? It'll have the live chat feed over here in the right hand corner, and you know, so that way instead of, let's say you're watching on your phone, you can still see what the chat is saying without having to worry about whether, or if you're watching on Xbox, because that's one thing I absolutely hate. When you're watching on Xbox, you can't follow the chat unless you pull out your phone and you watch it on your phone as well.
Yeah, I know. When I was watching you guys when I was ironing my uniform, that's what I was watching it on the big screen, and then I comment every now and then because I'd have to pick up my phone.
Right. Well, I mean, the thing is when, you know, it's a pain in the butt because I mean, especially with my live stream, a majority of my live stream is based off of what's going on in the chat room. Right now, I can't see what's going on in the chat room, but I'm sure it's doing something. I mean, the thing is then if you're watching my live stream and you don't have the ability to have the chat open, you can see it'll scroll right on the side of the screen. So you can literally see what everybody's talking about and what we're reacting to on screen. You can see what we're reacting to because it'll actually display it right on the middle of the screen, well, on the side of the screen. So
you don't have to have multiple screens open like you do now.
Now, Sean, are you still going to be able to share the link like you have been in the chat?
I didn't see the chat. No.
No, I mean like on through Messenger. Is that how you're
the live stream?
Yeah, you know how you send out the invites through Messenger?
I'm always on that. I created it, so.
Right, but I mean, is that how you're going to invite people in? Can you still be able to do that?
It'll depends. I don't know how we're going to be able to do it with Skype. Like you're going to have Skype.
So you have to get the Skype app.
Right, you'll have to get the Skype app.
Okay.
And I don't know. I see there is definitely something. Yeah. See, look. See, there's the comments right here. If you can see right above your guys' names, you can see the comments starting to go up. But yeah, because this is actually still connected to my YouTube right now. So it is actually, so if somebody were to like to subscribe right now, it would pop up. You'd be able to see it on here. Because this is connected to my YouTube right now. But the thing is when let me close this because I don't think we really need this open up anymore, and it's really taxing my computer right now. Because well, actually no, right now it says 34 frames per second, but it's using 14% of my CPU.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah. All right, let's close that.
I'm curious now. How much is Google Hangouts using of my CPU?
I have no idea. Let me open up Google Hangouts again. There we go.
Processes. Google Chrome is using about 12%.
Yeah. Well, I've got to remember right now I'm using Google Chrome and I'm using that I have. Well, I'm also using Firefox as well. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Let's bring up my thing again. There we go. We're back. Okay. All right. I'm back in the. I can see the chat again. But yeah, I mean, like if I'm not sure if you saw when I had that open, you were seeing some of the chat start to pop up through that window in that corner where you got right above where your guys' little boxes were.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to scroll up because I know I saw Debbie's thing. I guess I'll need a mic to jump into the conversation. But no, you're not going to need a mic for any of that. I mean, like at least for the Skype thing, it's not how that's going to work. The people that are going to be up on the camera will have to have Skype. It'll be just like having Google Hangouts, except for we're now using a different app.
Oh, okay.
Instead of using Google Hangouts, we're substituting Google Hangouts for Skype. But the thing that we have to change is instead of YouTube literally taking the Google Hangouts feed
Mm-hmm.
and directly putting that up onto YouTube, we're not going to have that. So I have to have a different program to be able to do that where YouTube isn't doing that anymore, which is where the Streamlabs is coming in handy.
Okay.
I had a program that was able to do that before. It was called OBS. Let me get rid of that again. Okay, so it was called OBS, which is just straight OBS. It doesn't have any fancy stuff. It is literally bare bones, program. Whereas Streamlabs has those little extra goodies, the little widgets.
Goodies.
Like the jar and the sub counter. I can put names. I can put names underneath of each of your little windows to say who you are. Things like that.
Okay.
The thing though with that is it probably is going to end up being where I'm going to have to know who all is going to join to be able to set up your windows. Because of the way that I want to do it, whereas here in this, I don't have to pick and choose who's big up in the center. It does automatically by whoever's talking. Did we lose somebody?
No.
No, we're also here.
Is it like voice recognition or something? It automatically flips that way?
Yeah, whoever speaks, whoever has sound coming out of their mic, it makes them big up on the top. That's how Google Hangouts does it.
Right.
Okay.
But what I'm going to do with the difference with what Skype can do is I can literally take the web link for each one of your guys' streams and pull it apart separately. So that basically means I can put your little webcam box wherever I want to on the screen.
Oh, cool.
And so like I can make myself big in the center and make all four, like say I have 3 or 4 other people, I can put them on the sides and maybe in a slightly smaller box, or say I had a picture of like say a conference table or a bar. I can literally put your pictures behind like maybe where the seats are, and you could look like, you could look like your newscasters or whatever. I can do anything I want. I can edit and put it up, but the thing is I have to know how many windows and where to put them before we start. You don't necessarily have to join before we start, but I have to know that you're going to show up, and then your screen will just stay blank until you show up, until you start your stream, and then your camera will pop up where that is. So it's a little more work involved. It's not as streamlined as what YouTube was doing. But it should work. It's just this computer is not capable of handling all of that at once. As you see, it just about crashed trying to just show you Streamlabs.
Yeah. Why is YouTube getting rid of Hangouts?
I don't know. It's not YouTube. It's not YouTube that's doing it. It's Google. Google is dropping Hangouts.
Well, isn't Google part of YouTube?
Google
YouTube's part of
owns YouTube. It's not that Google is part of YouTube. It's YouTube is part of Google. Google wants to drop Hangouts. It wants to get rid of it. It's a feature that they no longer want. So that's what they're doing. They're getting rid of it as of Thursday this week.
I wonder if they're actually selling it to somebody else.
I doubt it. I bet you they're just dropping it. Google doesn't sell assets.
So,
They-
but
they-
you could
they-
still
they-
you could still do you could still do Hangouts. You just can't do it on YouTube.
No, Hangouts is gone.
Oh, really?
Of August 1st, Hangouts is gone.
Wow.
It'll be no longer offered. They probably have other different a newer conference call app probably coming out or something else or something else that is already using it, because I think that what it is too many people are using things like Skype, not Skype, but the other apps, the regular apps to talk and stuff like that, that Google Hangouts isn't getting traffic it once was. But so I'll just go back to Skype and we'll try it with Skype. I'll probably do a couple test streams this week and see what I can do, but they'll be private streams. They won't be something that'll be publicly displayed on YouTube. I'll have to say to be able to watch it. So it'll be an invite only live stream. That way I can just have somebody watching it to test it to see if it's laggy or whatever. And that way I'm not literally broadcasting my giant flop of a failure to everyone like I did before. Night, Grim. Catch you next week. Catch you next week. However, we're gonna end up doing it, and unless I end up taking the week off, I don't know. It all depends on things. But I do have plans in the work. I am trying. Like I said, the problem with the computer that I have back here, like I said, it didn't run for like 3 years. So like the first day I fired it up, it had like 26 updates and took like an hour and a half to do its updates. And it didn't have Google Chrome on it at that point, because this was back when I really didn't like Google Chrome. I still don't like Google Chrome. I used to always use Firefox, but right now Firefox is being a douchebag and has all kinds of freaking buggy issues. So I had to reinstall Chrome because it had Explorer, which is absolutely freaking useless and always has been, and it has Firefox. Well, neither of them were working well with trying to download Streamlabs. So I broke down and installed Chrome, and I downloaded the other apps that I need, and we'll see. I was going to do a test tonight before this one, but I got busy and wasn't able to, and nobody was around. So we'll figure out what's going on with that next week or within this week. I have the truck to do on Tuesday. I'll be back out of the truck this Tuesday to film. I haven't put up any of the Joe, I haven't put up any of the videos yet, but I have 4 videos filmed. all Ram truck content.
Oh, cool.
No,
I think I got like 6 or 8 videos in my queue waiting to go up.
well, I don't have them even edited yet. Like
I started them, but didn't finish them yet.
Yeah, I started one of them.
What I do is after I shoot a video or something like that, once I get a bunch of footage, I'll hurry up and put the clips all together. Then I'll do the next one, and then I'll start picking and choosing which one I'm gonna drop that week.
Oh, see, on me, I just take all of the files, take them off the phone, and put them in folders on the computer, and then that's where they sit till I get to them.
Yeah, kind of like what I do, but it's just in a queue.
Right.
As the video's already formatted.
Right. Well, I can't. I don't have to format videos. I just literally pull them right off the camera, stick them on the thing, and.
But I mean, I'm talking about clipping them all together.
See, I don't clip them like that.
Oh,
I
okay.
literally will put them together one clip at a time. So like literally I'll start with the very first scene. I'll put that up. I'll edit it. I'll edit it for color. I'll edit it for sound. Then I will stick the next clip next to that, and then do the same thing. I'll process over, edit it for picture and sound, and then whatever transition or wherever I want to cut the clip.
Yeah.
I'll do that, and then I won't move to the next clip till I have those two the way that I want them.
Oh, okay.
I'll put the next clip up because I use Filmora.
Oh, all right.
And if I throw them all up there at once, especially this computer, it doesn't like it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just ends up crashing.
Okay.
So I have to do them one at a time. I mean, I can upload all of the clips into Filmora at one time.
Yeah.
But if to have a bunch of clips in there of that don't belong to the video that I'm making doesn't make much sense.
Yeah. I got I think 6 more videos of the Bloomsburg Jamboree to do yet, and then I got one more on this second gen that's been done for like 3 months now that I just still haven't had time to put it up.
Did you ever put up the installing of the 4-wheel drive? I mean the lift kit?
No, because I had a shop offer to do it for me.
Oh,
So
that's what I was waiting for. I was so
Yeah.
waiting for you to do the install of the lift. That's what I wanted to watch.
Well, I was going to, but then they stepped to me and said, "Hey, how about taking it out to Apple Hill? They're willing to put the lift on it for you."
You should have said,
I'm
"All right,
like,
fine, I'll
all
do
right.
that if you let me film it."
Well, it was sitting out there. It was sitting out there almost 2 months by the time it was done because I took it out. I think the end of February. And I didn't get it back until the first week of April.
Right, but still, I mean, that's content you lost.
Nah, that's all right. Yeah, then I did a review of it after it got back here at my shop. I did a review of where all the components went. At least.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. Being a mechanic guy. That's not what I was interested in.
I know.
I could have done that. I could have gone to the
lift,
Jamboree and seen it.
Well, it was
but I was
an offer. This was an offer, so I took them up on it. And
I worked that weekend. Otherwise, I would have been up there at the Bloomsburg.
Oh, it was an awesome time.
By the time I would have gotten up there, it would have been 7 o'clock at night.
Oh yeah. Send It Steve was there.
Yes, I know.
I was in our little square area, and this one guy comes up inside the square because I guess he recognized the trucks, and he's talking. He says, "Oh yeah," he says, "I follow you on YouTube." I says, "Oh cool." He says, "Do you know the Bruce?" I says, "Yeah, that's Send It Steve's Civic." He goes, "Well,
Send It Steve."
He goes, "Well, he's here." I says, "Where?" So he took me where he was parked, but Send It Steve was already gone. So then I commented on one of his videos. I said, "Yo, bro, you're up in my hometown. You don't look me up and this and that." And so he found me on Instagram, and he seen one of the pictures I put up. And he says, "I was walking by when you guys were taking this group photo." I'm like, why didn't you say something then, dude? But no, we started chit-chatting back and forth. So it's pretty cool. So I think next year.
You want to hear something really cool? I was one of Steve's first 30 subs.
Wow, that's cool. That is cool.
I was one of Steve's first 30 subs. Yeah, so I mean, oh my God, if you watched his first videos, they were freaking, oh my God, they were horrible. Couldn't hear him. I mean, he still has a problem with making it so you can hear, but he's a lot better than what he was.
Yeah.
I mean, shots were so fish-eyed.
Uh-huh.
It was just.
He was actually there with God, another channel.
Danny.
Yeah, yes, right.
Fact,
so they came into our base camp. Well, I call it base camp, where we're all squared together. Right. They actually came into base camp, and I think it was his wife or daughter went down our slip and slide because we had a slip and slide set up inside the square area. So they were there actually twice. And then
Danny's wife or
his kid. One of the girls went down the slip and slide. 2 of them. I think it was Send It Steve's daughter.
Steve's got 3 daughters.
And it might have been the 2 daughters then. Went down the slip and slide.
They're in the low teens, like 13.
Yeah, I think it definitely was one of them. And I was there, and I seen them come down the
13-year-old, somebody that looks like they're like 8 or 9, and then he's got one that looks like they're 6. I don't know their exact ages.
I could have swore it was like one of the wives and then one of the daughters came through. Because I'm standing there and I see them going down the slip and slide. I'm like, oh, at least somebody's using it and they're having fun and this and that, Never dawned on me that it was them standing outside of on the other side of the truck because I never seen them. Right. So that's how I would have met Send It Steve. In person, at least.
This is Send It Steve's hoodie, right? But actually, Danny from Slow Restoration is the one that makes Send It Steve's merchandise.
Okay.
So that other channel that was there, he's the guy that actually makes the hoodies.
Oh, all right.
But yeah, I've had this one since I saw it and I had to have it. It's so freaking cool because he's got like little wrenches and shit underneath the car.
Yeah, little jack stands.
It's fucking. this is the epitome of my channel. I mean, backyard build. I mean, when I first started my well, I shouldn't say when I first started my YouTube. When I first started working on, when I first got the Nova, I was working on a 20 by 20 concrete pad behind my house when I lived in Stoutsburg, PA. And so I started out there, and that's where I actually originally built my Nova. So everything that went into it, the V8, everything was done there. Then I ended up on a large gravel driveway. By large gravel, I mean the chunks of gravel were like this big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking like little tiny chunks. I mean, like literally, you might as well have been laying on small boulders. And that's where I finished putting the V8 in, was in there.
Railroad grade stone.
Yeah. But I mean, every single spot up until I had this garage up in Lehighton, I have literally worked outside in the elements, either on a driveway or in the grass or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
The one time when I had my Jeep Cherokee, I literally replaced the head. I pulled the head off of it, replaced the head, did all of the valve springs, all of that shit. Like, this was when I lived in Stoutsburg. So I had the Jeep up on the concrete pad. We pulled the head off of it. We literally rebuilt the head on my back porch, which was it was a concrete slab about like 5 by 10 feet, and it was raised up like by like 2.5 feet, 3 feet. So we used it as a table. You'd sit there on the grass, and you'd had it out on the table on a piece of cardboard, and we literally rebuilt the head on the concrete back porch slab with a hand valve compressor, and rebuilt the whole top of the head. I put HO injectors in it, threw it back on the car, and this was in the middle of winter. I mean, it was literally snowing when I was putting this head back on this Jeep. It was my daily driver at the time.
Right.
I had to have this thing back together the next day so I could go to work. This is like freaking 11 o'clock at night. We're working with freaking flashlights and things like that. It's just flashlights and cell phones, trying to put this head back on this Jeep so I can make it to work the next day. In the middle of a snowstorm. It was absolutely freaking epic. But that was all before I started my YouTube channel. If I would have had started my YouTube channel back then.
Oh, if we all only knew that.
Well, I mean, the thing is I didn't start my YouTube channel until my Nova was dying.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my YouTube channel, my Nova was already off the road. I was actually in the process of trying to get it back on the road before I bought the TA. I was trying to fix the damage that was done by the tire that blew out and things like that. And then we came across the owner of the TA finally gave up and was ready to sell. Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, it's, do I put the money in the TA or do I put the money in the Nova? Well, at that point, it made more sense. The TA was closer to being running. Put the money in the TA, get the TA running and driving, and then go back to working on a Nova, which worked until the motor in the TA blew up.
Yeah. So this weekend I was supposed to go to Truck Nationals in Carlisle, but something came up that I had to take care of Thursday night, so I'll be out of town till Saturday.
Steve was there. Not Senate Steve, Hammerdown. In fact, I don't even know when he left. That's sad. I normally always say goodbye to him. I don't know when he left. I don't think he said goodbye. Last comment I have is from him is all the way back to oh no, he says I'm off like a prom dress. Everyone have a good one. Yeah, that was a while ago.
All right, well, guys, I'm going to take off. Sean, thanks for having me. It was nice meeting the rest of you guys.
As always, you're always welcome here.
All right.
Yeah, shoot me the links.
Quick tech question before he does. Miss Foreman has a question about the Dodge. Basically, you hit a bump in the road and the cruise control disengages. Any ideas? Anybody had that with theirs?
Just sounds like a short.
Yeah, something on inside the engine compartment.
Yeah, sounds like a short.
Okay.
It's either in the column or it's down down underneath. Because I mean, if you're hitting a bump, you said the cruise control. Is it cruise control? You said disengages.
Yeah, when you got the cruising gauge, she's going home on the interstate. She says she hits a hard bump and the cruise control disengages itself.
I wonder if the brake pedal is flopping enough that it's bouncing and
That could be too.
You're hitting the brake.
Okay.
Because if you hit the brake and anything with a cruise control, as soon as you tap that brake, it disengages the cruise control.
Tell her to go down the road and just play with the buttons or the knobs in the steering wheel to see if the short is in there, and then just do your process of elimination from the steering wheel down.
Start working your way down.
Yep.
But I think I think the easiest would actually be to just take your hand while the truck's parked and move that brake pedal around a little bit and see if
see if there's any play in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that could be a really big, because that's one of the big things. You got two things that'll stop the cruise control. You got the brake pedal or the button up on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the thing. You got a button that's got that stupid lever that hangs off the bottom side of the column next to the steering wheel.
Yeah. Some people be flopping around.
P-poor setup.
Now, I had a 96 Chevy Blazer that the cruise control went on it, and here it was actually the bracket on the linkage on the engine. The little plastic piece. It was just a little plastic piece that broke.
Of course, it's plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna spoil something in my video, but the first time I got that truck to run in a year, I did that on Friday. I went and put the battery in it, put the key in it, click, 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 click. Now I had just charged the battery. I know that it was full all the way up. Click, 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 click. I'm like, what in the world? So I go around, I play with all the terminals, I clean them up. I swapped to a battery that they had laying around that was from the I think it's an F250 that they just ripped the engine out of. You might see it in some of the pictures of the truck. It was sitting next to the truck. They ripped the engine out of that and they had the battery sitting there. And I knew that battery was definitely going to do more than enough for the 1500 because the motor that came out of the Ford was a pretty big one. And I threw that in there, right? Same thing. Click, 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 click. Nothing. And that was a deep cycle. And I couldn't figure out what the hell it was. And I noticed that up on my passenger seat, there was the fuse panel cover for under the engine, and it had two relays sitting inside of it. I'm like, what the hell are these two? So I went in under there, and one of them was for an A something or other, AV something, and the other one was, I think I'm not sure what the other one was, I forget. So I threw them back in where they were supposed to go, and I burped it, and it fired like 2-3 cylinders and died. And then so I sprayed some ether down in there and hit it again. The only way I could get it to fire up is if I had the pedal almost all the way down to the floor, and it would fire up, and it would run until I let off the pedal. It would die. So I got out my code, and I remember this is at night. I was just trying to make this shit work so I could end this video. And so it's getting to be like 9:30, 9 o'clock at night. It's dark, pitch black, can't see anything. And I plugged the scanner in, and it comes up with a P. What was it? A P something code. That helps, right?
Totally.
Let's see if it can pull it up.
P, well, it's a code.
Well, yes, it's P1. Darn it. I'm going to have to go into my history and go back. P1389, which was the ASD relay. Wasn't getting an output signal. Well, I just put all those signals back in. So whatever, I'm like, I looked it up and it said, why don't you try swapping that relay with the windshield wiper relay? So I swapped them. Still nothing. Still wouldn't run. I ended up clearing all the codes, and it fired right up. Not a damn freaking problem.
Well,
and I don't know why. Like
maybe it just needed to be reset.
I think it needed to be reset. The computer was still thinking there was a problem, and there wasn't one.
Right.
But yeah, that's the first time that thing fired up in over a year.
that's
But
cool.
I did find one problem with firing that up. It's not loud enough. I took the video. If you watched it on Instagram, you can barely hear it. And so this isn't going to do. And the thing is, it's running literally nothing but a catalytic converter and a Flowmaster 44.
Yeah,
So
I have Flowmaster 50 series on this one.
they're quieter than the 44s.
Yeah, I like it. That way I don't get harassed or nothing like that. But let me show you real quick what I got sitting right there. You see the cardboard box? Well,
Yeah, I see Flowmaster something. What's in it?
that's a new muffler for the 4th gen.
Oh.
That's the Outlaw series.
Well, I am. Say I'm not going to go out there and go spend money on another Flowmaster.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something else that I can get rid of to make that truck louder.
I'll tell you, if you're for your Flowmaster, if you're going to go with a Flowmaster, go with the Super 10s.
Well, yes, if I wanted a race car sound.
Why else would you? What other sound would you want than a race car?
Well,
sound?
yes, but right now I don't want that. Well, I mean, I don't even run them in my Nova. My Nova runs a 44. Well, actually, they're actually the mufflers that are in the TA right now. The TA is running 2 Flowmaster 44s, and it's loud.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also something that's not on either my Nova or the TA right now.
And that's cats.
That the truck still has.
Yeah.
I live up here. As long as those catalytic converters are there,
I know.
It does not matter if they're empty.
Loud pipes save lives.
So yeah. So that's going to they're going to be it's going to be a platinum delete catalytic converter. And then I'll just take a spacer and move the O2 sensor bung behind the cats. I'll move them. I'll put a spacer in there so that way it doesn't fuck with that.
Right.
And that should wake that truck up a little bit.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna roll. Like once again, Sean, thanks for having me, and hopefully I'll meet up with you guys again.
Thank you for joining. We'll find somewhere to meet up outside of YouTube.
Most definitely.
Not YouTube, but outside of the internets.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right.
Have a good night, man.
All right. That was Wicked Fabs, Joe, and his freaking badass Dodge. Let's see. Impact says.
Is that just a straight 1500 or something that he's built?
I'm not sure if this is a 1500 or a 2500. His is bigger than mine. A lot bigger.
So probably
Almost looks like a power wagon looking at it.
Well, he has a
It's probably a 25.
he has a cap on the back of it. Last I know, unless he took it off. I was thinking about running a cap on mine, but I don't want to run a cap on mine. I just want to run like the one that's Hammer Down has on his 4th gen. That rollout, or is it a 5th gen Ram? I don't know what Ram he has now. He is whatever the 2019 is. It rolls out, so like it has a roll that's on the underside of the bed, and then you pull it out, and it's a hard top, but it rolls, and it locks. So I was thinking about getting something like that, but obviously none of that stuff is going to matter if the truck doesn't freaking run and move. So we'll find that out Tuesday.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, I guess I'm going to be trying to find a transmission for it that does work, that's used, because I'm done fucking with it. I want my truck back. So
I want my radio back, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
put an aftermarket one in it. Be done with it.
It's not the radio. It's the fucking fuse. It keeps blowing. There's a short somewhere.
Well, pull the radio out, get rid of it, put your own radio in, and you're gonna fix your short.
It's not like a normal radio. It's not like double din, single din. It's like one of the ones where it's like custom fit to fit that dash and that dash only.
You'd be amazed how much they're.
I don't have a problem with the radio itself. I have a problem with the fuckheads who put the wiring harness in that shorted again 6 months after I paid $400 fucking for it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that there.
Goddamn showroom, park it on top of that Corvette they have in there. That'll show them I'm pissed.
I don't think they would find it as humorous as you do.
Oh, I'd find it fucking hilarious.
Oh, I bet you would. Nobody noticed that my I wonder if she's probably out on the front porch, maybe.
Station ahead.
Did it just say there's a way?
Shut up, Edith.
Sure. There's a way station.
Yeah, way station ahead.
You got to stop at it.
If it's open, hopefully I get the green light and just keep rolling. I got pre-pass. Get way down and keep strolling.
Yeah, I have lost all of my data.
Best scenario, they're just closed.
Yeah. I got to play with my thingies because I seem to have lost my data on what's. Yeah, we only got 4 people in here now. I'm probably going to end it. Thank you guys for joining. You guys all want to shout out your whatever you want to shout out before we get we Amscray?
Dealership suck there.
All right, go ahead, Chris. You can shout out your Firebird stuff.
Get on your own side of the zipper.
You got your what stuck in the zipper?
I think that's his metered road rage.
If it stays together. Yeah, some guy's passing with another truck and he's texting on his phone. He's all over the road. He run me off on the shoulder.
That's great.
I can't stand it when people do that. Like, you're driving a vehicle, put the phone down.
Yeah, get a magnet hanging on the dash in front of you where you don't hang on to the phone. But I don't know. I still think they should take every phone made, and if you're moving in a vehicle above a certain speed, it won't send a text message, and I don't care what seat you're sitting in.
Yeah.
I mean, my personal opinion.
It's been a good stream. Hope you have a good one. See you. 84T will burn out. 8th mile test run. Come check it out. My channel. Yep. Definitely go check that out. And Chris, you have your Firebird Car Club. If you guys are into Trans Ams and Firebirds, make sure you check out Chris's car club. You want to get
Firebird Nation Car Club.
Yep, Firebird Nation Impact. You need to go check that out. Firebird Nation's Car Club. If you're not a member already, go check it out. Debbie, I think already is probably, right?
I'm not sure if she joined or not.
Well, I guarantee
She's probably looked at some of it.
I guarantee you Mrs. Formula is. We lose.
Yeah, she's the one that got me in it. So
yeah, we lost Pilot. I don't remember seeing Pilot leave. I get so busy wrapped up in chatting with everyone that I don't notice when people leave. Until I don't notice that they've made a comment in a while. So yeah, don't take it personally, guys. It's just me. I'm really horrible at paying attention to shit. Thank ADD. But all right, see you guys next week. I'll either be up here by myself and the rest of everybody will be in the chat room with you guys, or I will have pulled something out of my butt and we will be rocking the Streamlabs with the new setup.
Fingers crossed.
So, until next week, have fun, get some work done, and peace out.